that's what's different about 3 years ago when I first started this, or 4 years ago when I first started this, because I was able to walk and move and jump and, get on these machines and all that, and I'm just not able to do that much anymore. I do the best I can. And there's days when I can. There's days when I can do much better, and there's other days when I can't do hardly anything. I think something's going on with the weather today, because I woke up and I'm real stiff and sore today, more than normal. So hopefully we're going to have some rain, because I live in Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth, and we've been in a drought for, I don't know, a couple of months. And it's been 110 degrees here, 105, 107, whatever, every single day. And we've had no rain. Everything's dead. Everything's yellow and like straw and hay. The trees are dead. The grass is dead. The animals are dying. People are dying. It's been really awful. Also, because of the heat, I don't walk. It's even like 100 degrees even at night, right before dark. So that's something else that I wish the weather would just get better, and I could walk around the block if I want to. So what else is on my list that I wanted to talk about? Oh, I do have cheat days. I wanted to mention my cheat days. I do eat. What I'm doing now is I'm having Slim Fast every day for breakfast, or I'll have something small for breakfast, like one scrambled egg, or maybe a handful of almonds or something, and then I'll have Slim Fast for lunch. So either way, I have my Slim Fast and something small. And for supper, I still have my Weight Watchers dinners that I ate before, and I like those Healthy Choice Cafe Steamers. I eat those. Weight Watchers Smart Ones has the new, which is what I eat. They have a new bag type of dinner out now that's in a bag, and you just put it in there and it cooks it in the bag. And those are real good. And so that's what I've been having. I was on Splenda for the past 2 years, and I kept hearing whispers about Splenda and how bad it is for you, and how it's just not good for you, and it's bad. So I read up on it, and I got to thinking, it says that it can cause joint pain. Well, I mean, that's my middle name is joint pain, but I thought, well, if it's adding to my joint pain, I don't want to take it. I don't want to take Splenda anymore. So I started, I thought about it, and I read about it, and I decided I'm going to go off Splenda for a month or so and just see what it does to me. Well, I don't know if it's really helped my body. I don't know if it's really helped my joint pain, but I will promise you this. It has made me come out of a fog that I was in. I didn't even realize I was in it. I couldn't concentrate very well. I couldn't remember anything. Some of that's because of hormones. Some of that's because of bipolar. But I really do believe that the Splenda has affected my thinking, my mind. And I have completely noticed a difference since I've been off of it now for a month. So I'm back on sugar again. Well, the Splenda doesn't have any calories, so now I'm having to factor in the sugar that I'm having in my coffee and in my iced tea. So that's, when I'm adding in sugar, I have to take away from calories from other things the rest of the day, because it's all about calories for me. I don't measure fat, and I don't measure carbs. I don't look at all that stuff. I just go by the calories, because that's what works for me. I think everybody has something that works for them, and it may be different for every single person. Whatever works for you is what you should do. That's what I tell everybody. And if, cutting out carbs works for you, that's great. What else was I going to say? My job that I hated was a passion. I left in January, and honestly, I don't remember if I have made a video since then. I'm thinking I didn't, but maybe I did. I don't know, but so forgive me if I repeat myself. But I left my job in January. I was sort of, I guess, backed into a corner about quitting. Maybe I'll talk about that later, but decided to pursue something that I have always wanted to do for years, and that is be a home care giver. I don't have a lot of medical training, but I do have some. I'm not trained to help people get in and out of the bathtub and things like that. There's certain things that are liability issues that, I choose not to do. But I wanted to be a caregiver. So I made up some business cards, and I just decided I'm going to do this because I left this job that I hated. I want to do something I want to do. So in January, I made up some business. Well, actually, it was before January. It might have been November, December, I guess, of last year. Made up some business cards and started passing them out to everybody I know, everybody I see, everywhere I go. And so I got a call, and I have been a caregiver to a 93-year-old little lady now ever since February. And started out, I was working about 5 days a week for her. Now I am only working a couple of days a week. Personally, I think she needs me every day. But there's a story behind that story. She has a relative who is money hungry and is counting the days till she dies so she can take all her money. She steals from her and lies and manipulates her. And I'll tell you all about that later. It's a pretty wild story. But this woman is so greedy for her money that she has manipulated my hours being cut back, which is good in one way because I don't feel good, and I'm in so much pain a lot. I can't really, do what I used to could do. But it's bad because now I'm only working maybe a day or two a week, and I don't even consider it work. I mean, she pays me, but it's just such a piddly little, nothing. My daughter, as embarrassing as it is to say this, my daughter is basically supporting me right now. I have filed for disability, and if you have ever filed for disability, you know what a pain in the buttocks that is. I have filled out tons of paper. I have answered questions. I have been to doctors. I have gotten doctor records. I've had to go all over town getting doctor records for myself over the years, as far back as I can remember, everything I can scrape up. I have put in a lot of time and legwork for this. And I'm waiting right now to see I'm not waiting to see if I'm going to get approved yet, because I do have one more thing I have to do. They're sending me to a doctor in a week. I've already been to one doctor. I'm going to another doctor, and then once they get that, then they're going to tell me. I've got an attorney, disability attorney, already lined up in case they deny me, which they deny, 99.9% of everybody. So I'm ready for that. And so once I do that, then that'll help me, and I'll make a little bit of money. I still won't be making money like I was when I was in the workplace, but at least it'll help get some of the pressure off my daughter. I feel real bad that she's, having to do this. I've had garage sales and, everything I can to try to, pull my own weight, and I don't eat much anymore. I'm back to doing just the Weight Watchers thing, so I'm trying to save on groceries that way. And we even went to a church that gave us some food, and I sound like a charity case, but my gosh, I think we all get into that situation sometime in our life where things are just bad, and that's the way it's kind of been for us. She makes good money. She's still at the same company that I worked for. We worked together at that company. She's still there. She's doing really good. I just feel bad that she's having to pay my share of pretty much everything. The little bit of money I make, I do what I can with it, but it's not a lot. So I'm hoping to get the disability. If you're a praying person, I would ask you to please pray for me that I will get that, and that they won't deny me, and that the timing on that it'll come quickly. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? Gosh, I guess that's it. Oh, one thing that we Oh, I dropped my glasses. Oh, one thing that we have experienced is a lot of heartbreak in the last year or so. We were very involved in our church. Especially I was really involved in it, and because Paige worked more than I did, so I was involved in doing things more in the church, and I was very close to the pastor and his wife and a couple other people, and I spent a lot of time up at the church, and some hurtful things happen, as it does sometimes, unfortunately, even in church, and people who are Christians, they sometimes fuss and fight, and things get turned around, and people get hurt, and that happened. Some bad things happen, and we left our church. We've been looking for a church since then. This happened 3 or 4 months ago, I guess, and we haven't found a church home that we're comfortable with yet. But it has been extremely hurtful, extremely emotional, and just a heartbreaking situation. And I've noticed when that first happened, I really gained some weight during that time. And I've got to learn that when bad things happen, I can't just turn to food. I need to turn to the Lord. And I do turn to the Lord. I do pray to God and lean on Him. But I've got to learn also to stay away from the food every time something doesn't go my way. But my flip video camera is just about to run out of time. So I'm going to go, and I may go ahead and continue this on because it feels good to make videos again. But if I don't make another video right now, I did want to say, please remember and never forget, fat ain't groovy.